Hello, Glendora citizens. We have some very, very important information to share with you. We want to show you the evidence that critical race theory has been found in the ethnic studies curriculum. And I will be sharing my screen with you here in just a moment so that you can see the particular evidence of this. But very quickly, here's a brief background. In October of 2021, California Governor Gavin Newsom mandated AB 101, which would require all students to take an ethnic studies course as part of their high school graduation. Because many Glendora Unified School District parents were concerned about the potential for dangerous ideologies like critical race theory, also known as CRT, to be inserted into this curriculum, many of them met with the school board requesting that they proactively abolish any and all CRT at that time. There was also a petition that went around that generated a lot of signatures. I think it was over 1,600. The school board declined the suggestion to abolish proactively any CRT. They stated that they didn't know what CRT meant, nor did they believe that a vote would even pass. It wasn't even considered, and the petition itself was just set aside. And so the board's proposed solution at that time was to hold a quote unquote study session, and that study session turned into a presentation of which the administration presented to the public the ethnic studies framework. And as part of that, the creation of what is known as the Ethnic Studies Curriculum Committee, which the idea would be to allow us as citizens to have insight as to what will be instructed as this new requirement. And again, they've always said there is no CRT, nothing to see here. It will never be here. We don't know what it is, but yet we won't vote on it and it wouldn't pass. And so a lot of mixed messaging there. But here's the key thing. At the last school board meeting on April 11th, a member of this community of Glendora and someone who also serves on the Ethnic Studies Committee exposed that critical race theory is clearly found within the California Department of Education Ethnic Studies model curriculum for our students. And in particular, it's within the background of Chapter 3. There are footnotes that state the purpose of the curriculum. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. I'm going to show this to you so we can read it together. So in the footnotes, it states that the purpose of the curriculum is that ethnic studies is centered on three core concepts: access, relevance, and community. Then within the footnote, it states, in defining and developing ethnic studies purpose, it draws from this author who got his or her research from Urban Review, Volume 47, Number 1, 2015. And when you search online what this is, you will find these articles: Shifting the Center in Teacher Education, an introduction to the special issue on critical race theory in teacher education, Race, Isolation, and Exclusion, what early childhood teachers, educators need to know about the experiences pre-service teachers of color, the education and enduring significance of false empathy, whiteness as a property, innocence and ability in teacher education, and lastly, on being named a black supremacist and a race traitor. Now, in addition to that, here's a quote from this author. Ethnic studies has been borrowed from and built upon by scholars in the field of education to support a racial analysis of school inequities, particularly by the theoretical framework of critical race theory, or CRT. And there you can see the citation as well. Now, in the California Department of Education model curriculum, it states this: teachers and administrators should begin with a careful, deliberate analysis of their own personal identities, backgrounds, knowledge base, and biases. But look what it says here in the highlight. They should familiarize themselves with the current scholarly research around ethnic studies instruction, relevant and responsive. But look right here, critical race theory and intersectionality, which are key theoretical frameworks that can be used in ethnic studies research and instruction. This is a huge point. And so we feel very, very confident now after volunteers have researched this and they have exposed this to now come to you as the public, the citizens of Glendora, to let you know that CRT, critical race theory, has been found in the ethnic studies curriculum. The board refused to proactively abolish it. They refused to even take a vote on it, and they even tried to play the card of we don't know what it is. And so this obviously is a significant concern, and we need to ensure that we as citizens rise up and voice this to ensure that CRT does never, ever get in our schools. And also be sure to vote this November so that we can ensure that we have a board who will represent the voice of the people and will ensure that our children are protected from these dangerous ideologies. Please spread this video.